Chidera was laughed at her university for having no curves. So she got surgery. Finally, everyone loved her until her face started rotting and her lips burst open, right in front of everyone. Chidera was a 21-year-old girl from Lagos. She was quiet, gentle, and always smiling. People said she had a kind soul. She helped her mother at home, looked after her little brother, and dreamed of becoming a fashion designer one day. She loved to sketch dresses in her notebook during class breaks. Her heart was soft, but her world was harsh. Chidera's body was thin. Too thin, some people said. She had no curves, no hips, and a flat chest. Her lips were small. Her arms were skinny. And in her university, that meant one thing. She didn't belong. Every day, girls walked by in tight jeans and fitted tops. They laughed loudly, talked about makeup, parties, and the boys chasing them. Chidera just watched. She didn't talk much. She didn't wear makeup. She wore long skirts and simple tops. "Look at her," one girl said as Chidera walked into class. "Is she even a woman? She's like a broomstick." Another laughed. Boys were worse. "Guy, if you marry that one, your kids go disappear," a boy shouted. Everyone laughed. Chidera's ears turned hot. She kept walking, but inside, she felt like her heart was cracking. She tried to smile. She tried to act strong. But every word stayed with her like a sharp needle. At night, she would lie in bed and cry into her pillow, asking, "Why me, God? Why did you make me this way?" Her best friend, Ngozi, was always there. Ngozi was beautiful, natural, curves, warm brown eyes, and a big, bright smile. But she never made Chidera feel small. She always stood by her. One day, after class, Chidera sat alone behind the lecture hall, drawing in her notebook. She drew a girl, confident, curvy, smiling. Ngozi sat beside her. "She looks like a maka," she said, peeking at the drawing. Chidera nodded. "I wish I looked like that." Ngozi frowned. "Don't say that. You're beautiful in your own way." "No, I'm not," Chidera said, her voice low. "Nobody sees me, Ngozi. Nobody wants me. I'm tired of hiding in the background." Ngozi held her hand. "Chidera, you're smart. You're kind. You care about people. That's real beauty." But Chidera didn't believe that anymore. That night, she scrolled through her phone and landed on Amaka's page, the campus influencer. Amaka had full lips, wide hips, and perfect skin. She posted glamorous photos, gave advice about beauty, and bragged about her new body. One video played. "I used to be like you, flat, ignored, invisible. But after surgery, I became unforgettable." Chidera stared at the screen. She clicked, message. "Chidera. Hi, Amaka. I want to change my body. Can you help me?" Amaka. "Of course, babe. I know a clinic. Not cheap, but you'll shine like a star." Chidera didn't tell anyone, not even Ngozi. She started skipping lunch. She sold her favorite shoes. She even braided hair at night to make extra money. She saved every naira she could. Finally, one Friday morning, she packed her small bag and stood at the door. Ngozi asked, "Where are you going?" Chidera smiled. "Salon. I just need a new look." Ngozi nodded. "Okay, be safe." Chidera got into a bus and went outside the city. She met Amaka near a small white building. Amaka wore a tight red dress and diamond heels. Her body was perfect. "Are you ready to become the girl they'll never laugh at again?" Amaka asked. Chidera looked at her, then at herself. "Yes," she said. "I'm ready." Inside, a woman in a white coat touched her face gently. "Sleep now, my dear. When you wake up, the world will look at you differently." Chidera closed her eyes. "Please, God, let this fix me." When Chidera opened her eyes, the room was spinning. Her body felt sore. Her lips were swollen. Her hips ached. She touched her chest, her sides. Everything felt bigger, fuller, rounder. She sat up slowly and looked in the mirror across the room. For a moment, she gasped. That was her. Her lips were plump, her hips curved like a model. Her waist was snatched, her chest was round and full. She didn't look like herself. She looked like one of those Instagram girls. Perfect. Amaka smiled from the corner. "Told you. Welcome to your new life." Chidera stood up. She felt taller, prettier, powerful. The next day, she posted a picture online. Red dress, full, lips, curvy body, glowing skin. The likes came in like a storm. "Who's this bombshell? God took his time on you. Wifey material, no cap. From stick to thick. Teach us, sis." Chidera couldn't believe it. People who ignored her before now slid into her DMs. Boys from her school who once laughed now begged to take her out. Girls stared at her like she was magic. She walked through campus and everything stopped. People whispered, pointed, admired. Some even clapped. "Chidera?" One girl asked. "Girl, is that you?" Chidera just smiled. New body, new me. She sat in class and boys offered her snacks, carried her books, fought for her attention. Even lecturers looked at her twice. That week, she bought new clothes. Tight jeans, short skirts, high heels. She wore makeup, posted more selfies, joined TikTok challenges. She went viral for her glow up. At a campus party, she wore a black jumpsuit that hugged every new curve. People screamed when she walked in. Even Amaka clapped. "I'm proud of you, babe. Now you're one of us." Chidera laughed and sipped champagne. This was the life she always wanted. No more shame, no more jokes. But behind the laughter, small, things started happening. One night, she touched her lips and they felt hard, like rubber. They didn't move the same when she smiled. She brushed it off. "It's still healing," she said. A week later, her hips began to feel tight. Sitting for long hours became painful. Sometimes they throbbed at night. She texted Amaka. "Is it normal to feel this pain?" Amaka replied, "Relax, babe. Beauty hurts. Take painkillers. You'll be fine." So she ignored it. She posted more, smiled more, posed more. But something inside her started to feel fake, like she was playing a character. One evening, she passed by Ngozi at the campus cafe. Ngozi stared at her. You changed." "I upgraded," Chidera said, smiling. Ngozi didn't smile back. "Your body's new, but your eyes, they look tired." Chidera looked away. "I'm just busy. Everyone wants me now." Ngozi reached out. "Just be careful. Not every gift is a blessing." Chidera pulled her hand back. "I'm fine, Ngozi. I finally have what I want." But that night, as she wiped off her makeup, she saw something strange. A small black spot on her lip. It wasn't there before. She touched it. It hurt. She stared into the mirror. For the first time, her reflection didn't feel like her. Was she still Chidera? Or just a copy of someone she used to envy? She went to bed, but the pain in her hip wouldn't let her sleep. Something was wrong. She could feel it. But it was only the beginning. Chidera stood in front of the mirror again. She had just come back from a party. Her hair was done. Her heels clicked. Her dress hugged every inch of her new body. But something didn't feel right. She leaned in closer. That little black spot on her lip. It had grown. It was darker now, harder, like dead skin. She touched it and winced. Sharp pain. It felt like her lip was burning. She looked at her hips. They looked swollen, more than usual. Her jeans had been too tight all day. Sitting hurt. Walking was slower. Still, she took a deep breath and told herself, "This is normal. Amaka said healing takes time." But the next day, she woke up screaming. Her pillow had blood on it. Her lip had cracked open. The black spot had spread, and now there was pus leaking out. Her hips were so tight she couldn't bend. She limped to the bathroom, shaking. In the mirror, her face looked puffy. Her lip was bruised, stretched. Her body was sore and stiff. She tried to smile, but her lip didn't move. She grabbed her phone and called Amaka. No answer. She texted, "Something's wrong. I'm in pain. Please help me." No reply. She waited. Nothing. Later that night, she called again. Amaka had blocked. Her Chidera stared at her phone, her hands shaking. The girl who once held her hand in the clinic was now gone, like she never existed. She broke down crying on the bathroom floor. The next morning, she put on a hoodie and sunglasses and went to a nearby clinic. She was too scared to return to the place Amaka took her to. The doctor looked at her lips and hips and stepped back. "Who did this to you?" he asked, worried. Chidera stayed silent. "This is bad," he said. "Your body is rejecting the material. It looks like it wasn't safe." Chidera's heart dropped. "You could lose your lips completely if we don't remove it soon. And your hips. There's infection under the skin." Chidera started crying. She went home, pulled the curtains, and stayed inside. She stopped posting, stopped smiling. People online started asking, "Where's the baddie gone? Did she disappear?" She looked fake anyway. The same people who once loved her were now laughing again. Her body was breaking. Her heart was breaking. She wore big clothes to hide. She avoided mirrors. Her curves had become her prison. One day, Ngozi came to visit. She opened the door and gasped, "Chidera." Chidera couldn't even speak. Her lips were swollen and covered in cream. Her walk was slow, painful. Ngozi hugged her tightly. "I'm so sorry. You don't deserve this," Chidera sobbed. "I just wanted to be seen. I wanted to be loved." Ngozi whispered, "You were always worth love. They made you forget." The doctor gave Chidera a warning. "If we don't remove the implants, your body could shut down. It's dangerous now." She had a choice. Keep the fake beauty and die slowly, or remove everything and go back to the girl everyone laughed at. She lay awake all night, staring at the ceiling. "I changed myself for them. And now, they're gone." She looked at her sketchbook in the corner, filled with fashion designs she stopped drawing after surgery. That used to be her dream. Now her dream was just to live. She picked up the phone and called the doctor. "I want it all out," she whispered. "Every fake piece of me." The next morning, Chidera went to the hospital. She wore a long scarf around her head and big sunglasses. Her face was swollen. Her hips were stiff. Every step felt like fire. She sat on the cold hospital bed, waiting. The doctor walked in with a sad look. "We will remove the implants today," he said. "But you need to be strong. This won't be easy." Chidera nodded. She had no strength to speak. Her mouth still hurt. Her body was tired. But her heart was even more tired. They put her to sleep again. When she woke up, everything felt different. Her chest was flat again. Her hips were smaller. Her lips were bandaged and sore. She could barely move. The curves were gone. So was the pain, but also the fantasy. She stayed in the hospital for 3 more days. Ngozi came to visit with fruits and clean clothes. Ngozi smiled gently. "You're still beautiful, Chidera, even like this." Chidera didn't answer. She looked out the window, lost. "I feel empty," she said. "Like I'm nobody again." Ngozi held her hand. "You were never nobody. You just forgot who you were." When Chidera was finally home, she looked around her small room. Everything felt quiet. Her phone was full of missed calls, but not from friends, just brands asking for photos and strangers begging to know what happened. She opened Instagram and saw old photos of herself, the new Chidera with the big hips and perfect lips. People had started mocking her again. She disappeared like all fake girls do. She got surgery and still wasn't enough. Maybe her body popped. Chidera's turned off her phone. She stared at the mirror in her room. The bandage on her lip was still there. Her waist looked small. Her body looked weak. She didn't look like Amaka anymore. She didn't even look like the old Chidera. She looked like someone in the middle of becoming something new. That night, she opened her sketchbook for the first time in months. She saw her old drawings, dresses, bold colors, powerful women, curvy, slim, short, tall, all kinds of beauty. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "I was supposed to make people feel beautiful," she whispered. "Not destroy myself trying to be like them." Her mother walked in quietly and sat beside her. "My child," she said softly, "God does not make mistakes. You were created in His hands, with His heart. Why did you not see that?" Chidera leaned on her mother's shoulder and cried hard. "I wanted to be loved." Her mother wiped her tears. "The wrong people made you forget that you already were." The next morning, Chidera stood up slowly. Her body still hurt, but her mind was clearer. She looked in the mirror. Her lips were healing. Her body was simple again. And this time, she didn't hate it. She wore a long dress, tied a scarf on her head, and stepped outside. The sun touched her face. The wind felt soft. Some students stared as she walked past. But this time, she didn't hide. She walked straight. She walked strong. Not because she was perfect, but because she was real. Weeks passed. Chidera didn't post any pictures. She didn't go to parties. She didn't care about filters, makeup, or tight clothes anymore. Her body was healing. Her lip still had a small scar. Her hips were smaller now, but her heart, stronger, wiser, whole. One morning, Chidera didn't reach for her phone to scroll. She reached for it to speak. She opened the camera, sat near the window where sunlight kissed her bare skin, and pressed record. No filters, no makeup, no fancy clothes. Just Chidera, raw, scarred, and finally real. Her voice was steady. "My name is Chidera, and this is the truth they don't tell you. I changed my body because I thought I wasn't enough. But it wasn't my body that needed fixing. It was my heart that needed healing." She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She spoke with the strength of a girl who had already died and come back stronger. Within hours, the video exploded. "I feel seen for the first time. I was about to book surgery next week. Now I'm canceling it. This saved me." Even the girls who once mocked her messaged, "I'm sorry. You are so brave." And for the first time ever, Chidera didn't need their approval. She launched a YouTube channel called Real Beauty with Chidera. Not to show her face, but to show girls their worth. She picked up her sketchbook again. This time, the women she drew weren't flawless. They had stretch marks, soft bellies, bent spines, wide noses, full arms. And in her sketches, they looked like royalty. Because now, Chidera didn't just design clothes. She designed freedom. One afternoon, Ngozi came over with cupcakes. "You're glowing," she said, hugging Chidera. "I'm just at peace," Chidera smiled. "For the first time. I don't want to be anyone else." Ngozi laughed. "You've always been special. You just had to see it." 1 month later, Ngozi rushed into Chidera's room, holding her phone. "Chidera, look at this." Chidera took the phone and saw a news video. A young woman had been found in a foreign hospital. She was unrecognizable. Her face was swollen, lips leaking, hips cut open. Her body had collapsed from too many illegal surgeries. The name on the screen? Amaka Nwosu. Chidera's hands shook. She couldn't believe it. She's ruined, Ngozi whispered. "They say she ran away after 3 girls died at the same clinic." Chidera stared at the photo. It didn't look like Amaka anymore. It looked like a ghost, twisted by greed, lies, and pain. "She sold beauty," Chidera said, "but it destroyed her first." Chidera looked at her own reflection, scarred, simple, real, and whispered, "God, thank you for saving me before it was too late." What you think about this story, let us know in the comments section.